Alright, guys. Alright. Hopefully it's recording now. Welcome to a little demo video for Legends of the Nightmare Nebula. It's a little game I wrote it, started writing it for the Something Awful Forums Write a Game in a Month competition, but after a month it wasn't really done. And then I kept working on it, and I sort of realized that, well, I'm good at the programming stuff. The writing stuff and the art stuff and the creativity stuff and the storyline stuff and all those things that you need in a tactical RPG that make it an RPG and not just like, a board game. I was not very good at. So it kind of got shelved, more or less permanently. This is just a little demo, walking through it, seeing what it's all about, making sure that if my hard drive ever explodes in 20 years, I'll be able to say, I have proof that I once totally spent 2 months working on this, and it was kind of cool. Yeah, so it's a tactical RPG inspired by Fire Emblem. In fact, it's basically a Fire Emblem clone, as you'll see if you're at all familiar with Fire Emblem as we go into it. Let's start with the tutorial. So we've got a nice little new chapter. We've got a tutorial. We've got our stats for our unit that we probably shouldn't be able to see yet. And we've got our little, wonderful dialogue here. Somebody's saying, oh, what is somebody? Oh, I can't even read it. Man, that is really terrible dialogue. You can read that terrible dialogue if you feel like it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's an arena. It's the tutorial level. You're in a ship. They're in a ship. They want to kill you. You have to kill them. Fortunately, you have an enormous advantage because it's the tutorial level. So clearly you'll be able to kill them. So the game is basically takes place in these little squares. Even these little squares you can go to that aren't, they're kind of outside. The red squares you can't move to. The green squares you can move to. There should be a little green background indicating this is your ship, and a little red background indicating that's their ship. That would be a really good idea. So this is the enemy ship. This is my ship, AU-0, which stands for Artificial Unit 0, which is part of this like crazy storyline I had. They're like, oh, there's going to be all these like robotic ships. There's going to be like 3 factions. There's going to be like the rebels who are rebelling against the people who are in control, and there's going to be the decadent empire. Stop me if you've heard this before, by the way. And there's going to be these like crazy old super weapons that were just like, really intelligent AI ships that roam around the galaxy. But that never really got fleshed out. This is my enemy. His name is Rebel Fighter. As you can see, he's got an attack of 2, skill of 10, speed of 10, defense, resistance, luck. If you're familiar with Fire Emblem, you'll know all those stats. If you're not familiar with Fire Emblem, I wouldn't really worry about it. Just know that ships have stats. And he's got a little iron laser. And I've got an iron laser. Oh man, everybody's got an iron laser. I've also got an iron cannon. I'm going to equip my iron cannon because it's a cannon. And you'll see he'll move on his own. He's coming to attack me. Oh, he's shooting me. He missed. I shot back. I missed. He shot me again. He missed again. Thrilling, really. I would actually really like to kill him. And here, there's a little breakdown of... This is like a preview combat. So if I'm like, man, Rebel Fighter's really tough. I don't know if I can take that 1 damage from him. I can be like, wait, no, I don't want to do that at all. And go and be like running away. But instead, I'm going to say, I think I can take Rebel Fighter. Oh, wow, that's a bug. So if you move and then back, your selector cursor is stuck over there. Oh, wow. Yeah, don't do that. Instead, I'm going to say, I do 13 damage to him and have a 65% chance of hitting, and he does 1 damage to me and has a 66% chance of hitting. So, I'm going to attack him. Bam! 13 damage, 2 damage to me. Oh, then he attacks me. I miss him. He does more damage to me. So now actually I'm down to 11 hit points, and he's down to 2 hit points. And this fight's actually going a little more poorly than I would have liked. Boom! But I destroyed him. What actually happened there was I missed. He shot back. My turn ended. He attacked me. I shot back and killed him. But you notice that all happened like really fast. So he exploded the moment I attacked, because my turn ended. So I've actually got some, some little waiting issues that could clearly be ironed out. Anyways, turn 4. I've won. And now I go to this little in-between state that happens in between chapters. We're still in the tutorial. This whole thing is like 5 tutorial chapters to teach you what's going on in the game. And I can save. There's only one save slot, so you hit save, and I could have a little thing pop up that said, "You've saved," but you know what? I'm just going to save you some time. You've saved. I can shop. I have an iron cannon and an iron laser, but I could buy an iron missile, or a steel cannon, or a steel laser. Or if I was really thrifty, I could buy a silver missile, or a silver laser, or perhaps even a silver cannon. And these last 2 are for healing your own ships. And that's it's a psi scalpel. I don't know why it's not a silver psi scalpel or an iron psi scalpel. I guess they didn't get the memo. And I actually have multiple chips now, since it's chapter 2 of the tutorial. So I have Zero and Garble. And I can trade, and I can say, I'd much rather have, Garble have this iron laser and missile, and I'll just stick with my iron cannon. And I can also look at my ships, and I can save and quit, and I can also just quit. But instead, well, actually, I have infinite money. So you know what? I'm going to buy a silver laser. And I'm going to give my silver laser to AU0. But presumably, if you didn't have infinite money, you would not be able to, just buy silver lasers. Because, there's this whole supply and demand thing. Anyway. Oh, here we have this beautiful red background where you can't really read the name of the chapter. The name of the chapter is 2 versus 2. Oh, and we have more dialogue. This is actually tutorial dialogue. It's not too bad. It's telling you that different weapons are better against other weapons. Oh yeah, turn 1. So they're over here. They're the enemy. They're a rebel cruiser and a rebel gunship. You notice this guy has missiles and this guy has a cannon. So ideally, if I was paying attention to the tutorial and it actually balanced this well, I'd actually want to care about which ship went against which. But, life is short. So we're just going to send one guy around each side in a classic pincer maneuver. Boom! And we both miss each other. And actually, you'll notice that these guys are gaining experience after each fight. Your ships actually level up. There's a whole, level up table I wrote somewhere. Meanwhile, he's going to attack him. Boom! Miss! Thrilling! What is my... I should really pay attention to that little screen that tells me that I'm never going to hit him, I guess. So a 66% hit chance for 1 damage. Okay, so actually, when I said it didn't matter, because, whatever, weapons are weapons, I lied. I actually really do need to fight the right ships with the right weapons here, or I'm going to be in trouble. So he's moving over here. He's attacking again. You sort of get the gist. I'm actually just going to win this level. Victory! Haha! Aren't cheats great? Now we have another shop screen, another save. You notice there's no load here, but there's a continue from the main page when you first start up the game. Obviously, that could be fleshed out a little more. Start the chapter. We've got a new chapter. Its name is the Death Squad. This chapter is explaining about nebulas. And I've got 3 ships now. And these nebulas are these little areas, which I think is actually kind of I actually kind of enjoyed the little effect I did there, which is a little static animation. which looks pretty staticky actually, even though it's only like 8 frames. Actually, everything here is only 8 frames. You'll notice that these ships that are really poorly animated, these were like, this was actually the second, ooh, this was the first ship I drew. And it actually doesn't look awful, but you'll notice it's got like paint drying on it or something, little dots. You notice the animation, this is the second ship I drew, and it's got all sorts of weird animation stuff that's going on. By the time I was, did this guy, I was a little bit better at doing stuff. But obviously this is all just done in paint, so none of this is particularly impressive. But it's still, I kind of think it's kind of cool. Anyway, the point of this chapter is to teach us that, it takes more to move through nebulas than it does to move through normal space. And hey, look, we won! Woohoo! Fight the Child of Destiny. More dialogue. Fight. Blah, 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 blah. Captain Charles of the Charleston and his little companions are going to kill you. Blah, blah, blah. They've never known defeat. Evil. Blah, 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 blah. Do. And this is just a little capstone tutorial level. Oh, yeah, actually, she's a healer now. In fact, this guy is a healer, too. So let's go get damaged. Yeah. So actually, yeah, see, this heal actually has a huge range. And I can actually heal this guy. And he gets 6 more hit points, even though he's actually at his hit points cap, so it doesn't actually matter. Oh no, but now he's taking 2 damage from this guy who can shoot 2 spaces. So I'm going to heal him again. Be like, bam! Now you're all good. And apparently this ship can never hit anything. Anyway, I don't actually think this level is actually winnable. I think all their ships are like way better than all your ships, especially if you have been like cheating through all the previous levels instead of Well, let's see if we can get to the defeat screen. Move our healer up a little bit. Oh. Move our healer up even more. One of the problems I had at one point was getting ships that had more than one range to attack things that were closer to them. So, like, this guy can shoot 2, but if ships were, like, only one thing away from him, he'd be like, oh no, what do I do? But I fixed that. It was pretty awesome. Boom! And now the game is over, and we're back at the title screen. Good stuff, and if we hit continue, yeah, from the last time I saved, we're back here. Alright, well, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if you enjoyed it or not. I enjoyed making it. And I would say expect this to be coming soon, but, maybe not. Maybe I'll find an artist and a guy who's really good at writing stories, and somebody who really likes Fire Emblem, and we'll all finish it up. But maybe I won't. We'll see. Alright. See y'all.